Tax season. For a lot of us, that phrase just brings up images of this giant, messy pile of papers. But what if we could turn that whole overwhelming task into, say, a simple, manageable mission? Well, let's do it. Let's dive in and build your ultimate tax document toolkit together.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the big one, the deadline. For most Canadians, April 30th is the day. It's the day you've got to have your taxes filed and, if you owe anything, paid. This date is what our entire mission is built around, so let's keep it front and center in our minds. So, you do all this work. What's the point? Well, it all comes down to one of two things. You either get a balance owing, which, means you have to pay the Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA, some money. Or you get a refund, which means you get money back. And getting your documents right is the key to either shrinking what you owe, or, even better, boosting that refund.
I know. It can feel like a lot. But stick with me because we're about to turn all that confusion into total clarity. We are going to transform that pile of papers into a perfectly organized toolkit.
Every great mission needs a solid foundation, right? So our very first step is just gathering your personal info. Honestly, this is the easy stuff. It's the core data that basically tells the CRA who you are.
Let's just run through the basics real quick. You're going to need your full name, your current address, and your marital status. Most importantly, you need your social insurance number. And hey, if you have a spouse or common law partner, you'll want to grab their SIN and net income info too. You actually need it to calculate certain credits. So what is this SIN thing anyway? Think of it as your unique 9-digit identifier for the government. The CRA uses this number to connect your tax return directly to you, making sure all your benefits and credits are calculated correctly. It's basically the key that unlocks your entire tax profile.
All right, personal info is locked in. Awesome. Next up, we're going to track the money you earned. This just means gathering up every single document that shows your income for the year. Time to follow the money trail.
So the most common way your income gets reported is on something called an information slip. You'll probably just hear it called a tax slip. Think of it like an official report card for your money. Whoever paid you, your boss, a government agency, even your school, sends one to you, and they send an identical one to the CRA. Now, you can think of these as your most wanted documents. These 4 slips, they cover the vast majority of situations for most people. So let's break them down, one by one. First up is the T4. This is the big one. If you're an employee, your company sends you this slip. It shows exactly how much you earned and how much tax they already took off your paychecks. Next, we've got the T4A. This one is kind of a catch-all. It's used for all sorts of other income, like scholarships, bursaries, grants, or maybe fees you earned as a self-employed contractor. If you happen to receive employment insurance benefits last year, you'll get a T4E slip. And it's really important to remember you might have a whole bunch of these slips. Say you worked 2 jobs and were on EI for a bit, well, you'd get 2 T4s and 1 T4E. You need all of them. And finally, for all the students out there, we have the T222. Now, this isn't technically an income slip, but it is a super important receipt for your tuition payments. It's what lets you claim some really valuable education credits. Okay, this part is really crucial to remember. Not all income comes with a neat little slip mailed to you. If you earn cash tips, if you drive for a food delivery app, do freelance work, or even earn money as a social media influencer, you are still responsible for tracking and reporting that income. So we've tracked all the money coming in. Now for the fun part, finding ways to lower the amount of tax you actually have to pay. This is where we hunt for deductions and credits. A deduction lowers your total taxable income, while a credit directly reduces the amount of tax you owe. Both are awesome. They just work a little differently. So how does this magic work? It's actually a really simple process. Let's say you have a valid expense, like a charitable donation. You get a receipt for it, and you keep it safe. Then you claim that amount on your tax return, and boom, it reduces the total income you have to pay tax on. And you can see the impact right here. That bar on the left, that's your taxable income before any deductions. But after you claim them, look at that, your taxable income drops. That gap between the 2 bars, that's real money that stays in your pocket. So, what kind of receipts should you be hunting for? Well, definitely grab any for RSSP contributions, charitable donations, medical bills, childcare costs, and even records for your home office expenses if you worked from home. Every single one of those receipts is a potential saving. We are in the home stretch now.
We have our personal info, we have our income documents, and we have our savings documents. So it's time for one last final check just to make sure our toolkit is complete and we're ready for anything.
Now, if this isn't your first time at the rodeo, there are a couple of extra things that'll make your life way easier. Your net file access code can be helpful, and also any carry forward amounts from previous years, like unused tuition credits. You can find all this info pretty easily in your CRA My Account online or on last year's Notice of Assessment.
And here's a quick but absolutely critical security alert. Scams are everywhere during tax season. Just remember this one thing. The CRA will never leave you a threatening voicemail or ask for personal info in a message. A real employee will give you their name and a number to call them back. So please stay safe out there.
And there it is, your completed tax toolkit, all in one place. You've got your personal info, you've got all your income slips, you have records of any other income you made, and you have all your receipts for potential deductions. You are organized, my friend, and you are ready.
Look at what you did. You turned that potential chaos into a clear, actionable plan. You're not just facing a pile of papers anymore. You are equipped with a powerful toolkit. So the only real question left is, how are you going to use it to go out there and conquer your taxes?